Media of Awesome, I'm Ava J, and this is Bookish Pixie. So a couple weeks ago I got a question about writing multiple point of views. I have not yet done a point of view vlog, so here we go. I have the most experience writing dual point of view novels because I've written a couple manuscripts like that, including Beyond the Red, but these tips go for any multiple point of view novel. The first thing you want to think about when deciding how many point of views to use is to think about how many point of views you need to tell the story. The last thing you want is an unnecessary point of view that your readers will skip over and will slow down the pacing. The more point of views you use, English is weird. Let's try that again. The more point of views you use, the trickier it gets, so generally you want to stick with as few point of views as you can get away with. But whatever you decide, every point of view needs to be absolutely essential to the story. Once you've decided on point of view characters, you want to get to know each of those characters really well. Think of each of their motivations, how they're essential to the story, and how the plot affects them. Unless you're writing static characters, your characters should develop, so you want to think about how your characters change from beginning to end. I'll be honest, I usually figure out most of my character stuff while I'm writing, but when I'm writing a multi-point of view novel, I know that I need to know enough about each of the characters so that their voices and perspectives don't sound the same. Which leads me to my next point. You need to make sure each voice is distinct. Your readers should be able to flip to any random page in your book and know immediately which point of view it is just by reading a sentence or two. If your readers have to flip back to the beginning of a chapter to remember what point of view they're in, that's usually a big sign that their voices are too similar. When you're developing your characters, think about how they view the world. Think about what language they use and their thoughts and opinions and how they differ from each other. That'll help you a lot with creating perspectives that feel very different. One big point is usually you do not want to repeat the same scene from each point of view. There are of course exceptions to this, and I have read examples that worked because the point of views were drastically different, but generally you want to be very careful with this because it's so easy for it to become redundant and for the pacing to slow down considerably. For each scene, think about which character has the most at stake. And generally, that's the point of view you want to be writing in for that scene. Then in the next section, you just pick up where the previous character left off with your new point of view. Finally, I recommend that you read books with multiple point of views. You can learn a lot from published books that have already accomplished the multi-point of view thing. Some of my favorite multi-point of view novels are Across the Universe by Beth Revis, The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey, and Faking It by Cora Carmack. So that's all I got for today. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to subscribe and comment, and I'll see you guys next week.